This is a special edition of KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight.
KTSM 9 News live on location. We're on the road again as our summer series Small Town Spotlight rolls on to the Lower Valley. It's all made possible by the fine folks at Charlie Clark Nissan. We are in Ysleta this week. That is a live look at the Ysleta mission. So much history and tradition, and we certainly have a fantastic show planned for you today. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of KTSM 9 News Small Town Spotlight. I'm Andy Morgan.
That's right, and I'm Natasha Paloma. You can hear the
right on cue
of
there.
The church right behind us. You saw those beautiful shots of the church, those aerial shots. The Isleta mission, of course, behind us, built in 1682 by the Tiguas. And as we all know, the Tiguas still heavily involved in this area. And Andy, what I love about this mission, of course, we're along the Mission Trail, which is the trail that the conquistadores, they traveled along this trail. So you can see influence of not only Native American, but also Spanish influence in that architecture.
Yeah, and we obviously learned so much history about this mission in particular coming into today. Of course, we visited the San Elizario, the mission there, as well as Socorro, so kind of rounding out the three missions here at here in Ysleta. We're also right across the street from Speaking Rock, of course, a big staple in this community. A lot of good concerts that go on there, and of course, always can trust chance your luck, that is, over at the casino. But you're right, impossible to talk about Ysleta without talking about the history that, you know, kind of belongs to this community. And of course, right behind us, how can you beat that?
Yeah, and a lot has changed. The church has endured a lot of natural disasters, you could say, and has been rebuilt. But we're going to share that all with you, all of its 350-year history. Take a look.
La Misión de San Antonio de Isleta del Sur, or also known as the Isleta Mission, was founded in the 1680s after the Pueblo revolt. It is the oldest active mission in Texas and second oldest active parish in the United States.
It came to be with the Tiguas coming down from northern New Mexico, from Isleta, that's spelled with an I, to actually during the Pueblo revolt. And so they established this in 1682. In fact, there's a stamp on the mission that says established in 1682. And I think sometimes people will forget that this was here way before the whole colonization of the U.S. on the East Coast.
The original structure was washed away by the flooding of the Rio Bravo, or the Rio Grande, and it also did go through a fire in 1908. The original bell tower was burned down, and outside in our Mission Plaza you can still find the surviving bells. It is still very much a sacred space for the Isleta del Sur Pueblo and the Tigua tribes.
We still continue to use the mission for daily mass, funerals, baptisms, weddings. And then after that we gathered for prayer for those individuals who wish to join us.
The Pueblo does host their religious ceremonies here.
Their big patron feast is St. Anthony, which is on June 13th. And so they'll gather and dance the whole day. And also for noon, they'll feed the community to provide an honor to San Antonio. If you think about it, this is where it all started. Not only for the church here in El Paso, but the diocese. This is the birthplace of the church here in El Paso. And so that's why I think it's important to come and visit this particular church, because it's the birthplace of where it all started for our diocese in El Paso.
Such a beautiful shot of inside the church there. And Andy, you know, sometimes we don't realize the gems we have in our own backyard. As they mentioned, this church, one of the continuously operated parishes, oldest in the state of Texas.
Yeah, how about that? Second oldest active parish in the entire country.
Yeah.
When you kind of put that into perspective, it really does kind of show you things and tell you things. And it's really cool to talk about some of the history, because when you're here and you're actually kind of looking around and kind of going through, it almost feels like you're a part of history, right? Or you're standing where just there's so much significance, and I think that's what's really been cool about some of these small town spotlights, especially, as I mentioned, Socorro, San Eli, and now here at Ysleta to kind of round out the three missions.
Yeah, and you can kind of envision what life was like back
Absolutely.
then. We also want to take a moment really quickly to thank the gift shop. So they have a gift shop inside of the church, and they brought us water because it is so hot out here. They brought us snacks and water.
Yes.
So thank you so much to the Ysleta gift shop for that. And yeah, it's just the heat is just, it's kind of getting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
real
pretty
quick
hot,
on the gift shop too is everything's handcrafted there.
That's right.
Really, really cool, and we're gonna have a little bit more in-depth look at that coming up in our 6 o'clock newscast. But yeah, it might not be 100 degrees. It might not be maybe the hottest one that we've had
like
here.
it, yeah.
But it certainly feels like it. That sun is just beating down on us, and we're joined out here live with Chief Meteorologist Monica Cortez. Monica, sounds like we're struggling to get to 100 degrees, but it feels every bit of 100.
Oh, it certainly does, Andy and Natasha. I am dying. It is so hot out here, but you're absolutely right. The silver lining is we haven't made it to those triple digits just yet. Guys, guess who's with me this afternoon? That's right. It's Bobby Bone. And Bobby, okay, you were telling me about something spectacular. I'm like,
yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about it.
Oh, yes. So every Monday, Christmas, 11, bona fide deals. My name is Bobby. We got bona fide deals at Charlie Clark Nissan. I'm telling you, Monday through Saturday, we're serving up good things.
I know I heard from Josue that we're getting chilaquiles, omelets.
Yes.
I'm so hungry.
Yes, you have people that come in just for the food. We got people that come for the deals. We want you to come on for Charlie Clark Nissan. We got it all.
There you go. You heard it from him first. All right. Thank you so much, Bobby, guys. So make it out there, and we'll take a closer look at your 9-day forecast a little later in this newscast. Back to you guys.
Monica, thank you very much for that, and Bobby Bone.
I can hear that clap from all the way over here.
Always a pleasure. He's like a hype man. I love that.
He's
Absolutely.
awesome.
So we talked a little bit and touched about the history, of course, here at the Isleta mission. But of course, it wouldn't be a small town spotlight if we didn't talk about some food. You see it here out on
smell the aroma, right? Of
display here.
Of all this food.
Sidewalk Cafe, correct?
Sidewalk Cafe.
I tried a little bit of the menudo a little bit earlier during our 4:30 newscast. It was absolutely delicious. I got my eye on that gordita right there.
And I love it because they really stuff the gordita.
Sure.
Sometimes they don't have
enough. Yeah.
But that looks really good.
One might just be enough to fill you up right there. And then you got the fajitas, and then you have the Pueblo melt. Looks absolutely delicious. If you don't see it back during our 6 o'clock newscast, you know why.
Yeah. Another great staple here in this area is La Tapatía. If you ask anybody who lives in this area, they know this place.
Yep.
I've been there several times, and it feels like you're at home there.
Yeah.
They have the best chile colorado. Have you had chile colorado?
I have.
They have the best. And our Carla Draxler, she visited the restaurant for us. Carla, did you taste any of the food there? I'm sure you did.
Well, Andy and Natasha, if I hadn't tasted anything, then I wouldn't be doing my job. So, of course, I did. One of the things that the owner told me and other people that I talked to was their tamales were great. And I have to confirm, guys, breaking news, their tamales are absolutely delicious. But if you don't believe my word, take a look at the story.
I am Laura Rosenkrantz, owner of La Tapatía. I am part of the third generation of families here in Isleta that has been owners to La Tapatía. We will be celebrating 73 years in September 20th. Our specialty is tamales.
The tamales for Christmas.
So we have a tortilla factory in our kitchen and then our tamal production room. And this is where we make our tamales. We're able to prepare tamales every day, cook them, cool them, and ship them off to the stores. So you can find it at Albertsons, at Vista Markets.
I've been coming for like 30 years.
I was pretty much raised here. I remember it's important for me because I see customers that knew me as a child and now they see me here.
I've been coming here in La Tapatía for probably 10 years plus, and I haven't lived here since 2007. My son turned 40 today, and he picked me up at the airport today, and we wanted to come here for lunch. Their tamales are amazing. The enchiladas here, I cannot find enchiladas like this in Houston.
The recipes are traditional to La Tapatía, so they're the same ones from 1950. Every part is important, from the husk the masa, your chili. A day we make about 800 dozen. I feel like La Tapatía is getting more recognition, and Ysleta is getting more recognition because more people are coming down to the lower valley. I'm grateful to programs like the local features because that, I think, helps people in El Paso know more of the communities that are here, La Tapatía and Socorro, that have been here generations.
Guys, and if your mouth is not watering after seeing La Tapatía, well then you probably already had dinner, but this is a great place that you can just come to, grab maybe some tamales to go, but also make a day out of it. Come down here to Isleta, to La Tapatía, bring your family, get some good lunch or some good dinner. Back to you guys.
A real tough assignment for Carla
I love
here
what
today.
she said. Yeah, we wouldn't be doing our jobs
if I didn't try it.
eat, yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I also like them talking about the enchiladas. Can't find them better than where he was finding them at La Tapatía.
Yeah, he said he was from Houston, I believe. So yeah, we know that El Paso has the best Mexican food.
100%.
And you know a restaurant's good when there's always a line. Every time I go there, there's a long line. So thanks to Carla for telling us the backstory of La Tapatía.
And I love just how immersed they are in the community, right? That's how you know it's a good spot, is when they're also very immersed in the community and listen to feedback, that sort of thing. So lots of fun over there.
Yeah, we have so much more to share with you, but first we're going to go ahead and get to our news of the day. Our Stephanie Shields is standing by there in the studio for us. Hey, Stephanie.
Well, hey guys, good afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top headlines for the day. In an update, a 60-year-old motorcyclist is dead after crashing into the rear of a passenger car on I-10 West at Schuster. According to El Paso police, the motorcyclist was weaving through traffic at high speeds and crashed into a car that had just re-entered traffic after a roadside tire change. The motorcyclist fell off the motorcycle and died at the scene. Now, the driver from the car was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and police say the primary contributing factor in this crash was excessive speed. El Paso police are investigating an aggravated assault on Vulcan Avenue in northeast El Paso. This happened just after 8 this morning. While details are limited, police confirmed a 49-year-old man was involved in the assault, and they say he was taken to the hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries. They also confirmed El Paso Animal Services was requested to the scene, but it is unclear at this time how the incidents are related. No further information has been released. Make sure to stay with KTSM 9 News on air and online for updates. Well, that was a look at your top stories. More Small Town Spotlight is coming up right after the break. You're watching KTSM 9 News at 5.
Avoid collisions, construction, and obstructions daily with KTSM real-time traffic.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today we're outside in Isleta Mission here in El Paso, and let me tell you, I am joined by a very special guest. This is Teresa Montes, General Manager of Infinity, Charlie Clark Infinity, and so we'll get to you in just a second. I am so excited about what she has to say, guys. It's really cool. But first, let's talk a little bit about this weather. This is what's been happening so far and what you can expect. Well, unofficially, we're looking at 96 degrees as your afternoon high in El Paso, 94 in Las Cruces, 95 in Deming. As we take a look at our forecast overnight lows tonight, we're expecting to dip into those 70s, so we're back to normal. 71 in Las Cruces, 75 in Juarez. Here is what's going on. The heat is back. High pressure system definitely settling right over the Texas Panhandle region, so that means that we're going to be definitely feeling and seeing some really hot temperatures, including here in El Paso tomorrow. We're forecasting a high of 103 degrees. Yes, those triple digits return. Southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the Mesilla Valley, 100 degrees. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Unfortunately, our allergy forecast continues to remain mild. And here's a quick look at your 9-day forecast. So we're going to stay in those triple digits from Thursday all the way through Saturday. 100 your forecast high. Then on Sunday,
Sunday will be flirting with triple digits. So I won't say that they're completely gone, but next week we do have a cold front. This is the one that's going to drop us to about 95 on Tuesday, 89 potentially on Wednesday, and you'll notice our better chances for some rain will be Tuesday, Wednesday of next week before we slowly begin to warm back into those mid-90s. I do want to give a big shout out to our very loyal weather watcher, Bridget Lewis. Thank you so much for allowing us to see this rain coming down in parts of the borderland area. And if you'd like to be featured on KTSM 9 News, go ahead and submit those beautiful weather photos to us through our social media platforms or email news@ktsm.com.
All right, so like I said, I'm with Teresa Montes, General Manager of Charlie Clark Infinity. And Teresa, tell us a little bit about the big news that you guys have.
So one of the biggest things that we like to share is that we are on the west side. We're right next to our sister store, which is Charlie Clark Nissan, and we have a brand new 2.0 facility with gourmet coffee, state-of-the-art dealership, and we invite everybody to come out and see us.
Oh, that's incredible. And, you know, first and foremost, thank you so much for sponsoring our Small Town Spotlight series. And so I know that you guys say that you have some really cool deals just in time for Labor Day.
That is correct. We have up to $12,000 off on select models for Labor Day. So I encourage everyone to come in, take a look, test drive, and walk out with a brand new car.
Oh, there you guys go. It can't get better than that. Teresa, thank you so much for being here with us today. Guys, don't go anywhere. We have much more to share with you right after this break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, we are coming to you live today from Isleta, right in front of the Isleta mission. Of course, this is all part of our Small Town Spotlight series here that we're doing all the summer, I believe, if I'm doing the math correctly, including this one. We got 6 more, including today, so we've done 16 of these every Wednesday. This is where you need to be.
Yeah, this is my 3rd one, I believe. They've been a blast. They've been so fun. And as you mentioned, you always learn so much. I've learned so much. We learned about the history of the Isleta mission behind us. It's been through floods, it's been through fire, it's endured so much, and it's still standing there. And I don't know if you could see, but right off to the side, nestled in the very edge of the church, you can see it right over my shoulder, is the Isleta Mission gift shop. I've been there before, and they have actually local artists that contribute to that shop. You can find so many interesting things there.
Yeah, a locally owned business, #1, and you talk about so much history here associated with the Isleta mission. Well, that's the opportunity, right, to bring a little bit of history home with you. Take a look.
So the gift shop has been in existence for about 5 years. We have won Best Gift Shop in El Paso with El Paso Inc. 3 times in a row since 2020. We offer 90% of our items handcrafted locally here in El Paso. We work with several different artists in El Paso and the surrounding areas. We carry a little bit of religious items, artistic items. Day of the Dead is one of our biggest collections here at the gift shop. We do work with Mexican import companies. November 2nd and 1st is Day of the Dead. We do ship all over the U.S., so it's a hot seller on our website. We do work with well-known people as well. We have a different author here. She is a cookbook writer. Her and her family are actually originally from Isleta. You can see here Miss Yvette. This is hand-painted glass. This is Miss Leilani. Like I mentioned, we do work with several different artists in El Paso. We do have an in-house artist as well that does restoration for us. We carry our Talavera collection imported from Mexico, as well as our Native American jewelry that is from New Mexico, from the Pueblos.
Just a really cool look there. Natasha, you mentioned kind of the art-inspired gifts that they have there at the gift shop, and they said that they have a local artist there in-house, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a gift, something unique, something different, maybe for someone out of town
that
speaks out to El Paso, that's the place to find it. And again, I said this at the top of the show, thank you so much to the ladies from the Isleta Mission gift shop. They gave us water and little snacks, so we appreciate you guys so much. Just so much here in this community.
Yeah, and we keep trying to do our best to, when we go to each one of these communities as part of our summer Small Town Spotlight series, to try and highlight local businesses within our community. Another one has to do with auto. You can never know enough auto people, right, in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, Advanced Auto Collision They've been here in this area since the 1980s. Can you believe that was 40 years ago?
It's hard to believe,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so a staple here in the community. Let's go ahead and take a look.
We started downtown at 308 South Florence. Then we moved over here in 1990. We eventually grew to additional spaces, and we employ 21 employees. And we have insurance work, plus we also do the city work. Police cars, insurance, ambulances. We have stayed in the community and we stay involved in the community to make sure that local events and Riverside High School develops young men and women to go out there and come into our career, amongst other careers. And it's important that we get the young men and women to come into our industry because today's cars are tomorrow's lifesavers. They're designed to save lives. Staying involved with the high schools is that we get a chance to hire some of these young men and women that are interested in our industry. Advanced Auto Collision is proud to be in the District 7 down here in the Lower Valley, which now they call it Valle Hermoso, but to us it's still the Lower Valley. And we love down here, the customers are great. It's a big family united together, and we take care of each other. We have other businesses next to ours that their businesses do well because the people are so loyal around here. And I happen to also live down here, so I work down here, I live down here, and I went to school here. I'm just a Lower Valley boy.